It's Week 15 of the 2026 season, and we'll see the lefty, Tua Tagovailoa. After his last game, now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Dolphins and the Bills, and it's all up next.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run again with Logan. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Looking to pass. Tua. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Howard. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run with Patterson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. 4 yards on the pickup. Good enough to extend the drive. The Bills had 10 and 3 on the year, and they come in off the extended break from the bye.
And I think it was much needed as well because you play 2.5 months. You know you're ready for some time off in order to get prepared for the home stretch. In fact, when they looked at the schedule to start the season, I think they liked where their open week fell.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Howard. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bills shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. A couple of 1st downs has the football positioned at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. 1st and 10, it's Patterson. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Howard to throw on 2nd down. Working the middle here, that's complete to Knox, the tight end. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. 3rd down, here's Patterson. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. These two teams met down in Miami earlier this year with the Dolphins winning that one. So they're looking for the season sweep with a win here in Miami. Howard now on 1st and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Davis. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. Now Howard looking to throw on 2nd down. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Back to the ground now. Patterson. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, a run. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. There he goes left side. The 40. The 20. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. Jason Sanders now for the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. You talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Sanders on for the extra point. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Running the counter, Patterson. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Operating from the gun, Howard. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. The Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on third down. Operating from the gun, Howard. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he is going to have a Bills first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on third down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 30. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll give it to Patterson. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 111 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bills are back within a score. Some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is, I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And that one makes it 14-7. So the drive goes 75 yards, 10 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Takes it at the 7. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up second down. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. This one complete to Jalen Waddle. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. To his Alabama teammate Waddle. First down, Miami.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They run with Logan. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. On the carry, it's Logan. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. He's got his man, Schultz, coming across the formation. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 33. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory. Down at the 33. Now Tua. And the ball is knocked out. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Following the fumble recovery, Howard finding Knox there, complete. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
Out of the gun, a run with Patterson. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down movement.
No daylight for him to run through there, and he ran into the defensive tackle, and that guy blocks a whole lot of daylight as it is. He is truly a big man who just made a big play.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room, too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dickson. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run it here with Logan. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun on 3rd down, here's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Update now from a game going on in Pittsburgh. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. And it's the Ravens that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. 137 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
On 1st down, going back to Patterson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Patterson again. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time he used his quickness to make a play.
The last 2 plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. A good job in the passing game. Decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From midfield, here's Tua. Toward the sideline, and he will have the 1st down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down. This is Logan. Oh, good move. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact. Right back to him on first down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A good pickup there at 22.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, you just need the tip of the ball to cross the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
On first down, it's Logan. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground. Logan, the 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This Buffalo defense has stood their ground. This is 3rd and goal. Tua sets up to pass it, and that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Takes it at the 7. And able to get this out to the 25. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here. But with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. But they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
To throw is Howard. Off the play fake. Oh, and the throw led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
A couple quick incompletions, and that one just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Straight ahead, Patterson. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Here's Michael Dixon now to punt. That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And it'll be Dolphin football. And the Dolphins with one final possession here in this first half. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Open net is Waddle complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Here's Tua. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 more yards there and quickly another first down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So a favorable bounce that time, to say the least, and he's able to convert the field goal there from a long distance.
Yeah, the guys behind the end zone didn't need to hike the net up for this one. That thing was a dying quail, but he finds a way to boink it off the crossbar and make it drop through.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game, as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll start in the NFC East, a classic matchup here. Dallas visiting the Meadowlands, and that one closing in on halftime with the Cowboys out on top. Ezekiel Elliott has run for a touchdown there. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. With that, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for Buffalo in that first half. And they did have some success running the football in those first 2 quarters. And that might be something they continue to work on as they try to get back in this game. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they did even less on the ground as they've struggled to get the run game going.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Bills offense set to take over to begin quarter number 3. All in all, pretty manageable deficit, Charles, here as they start this third quarter offensively when you consider the fact that in the first 2 quarters, they had 2 costly turnovers.
I think you laid it out there perfectly, partner. Very tough to hold a lead going into the break if you continue to hand it over on multiple drives.
Yeah, and obviously, Charles, it would be very tough to climb back into the game if those turnovers continue.
I would say borderline impossible. You keep turning it over, I don't know how you make up a deficit.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They go play action here on first down. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. They'll look to throw again. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. Then they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. The pocket collapsed around him. I know we talk about it a lot, but a QB has to have that sixth sense, doesn't it?
It really does, and I know of one team at one point was training their quarterback with that time frame, and anytime he didn't get rid of the ball within the right amount of time, they would blow a horn or blow a whistle to show him this is what that time is, just what you're talking about, training him to understand this is the amount you have, make sure the ball's gone. Didn't happen in this case.
Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. First shot in there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Logan. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Now, they'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Now, that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are, yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So that challenge not successful there, and that's going to cost him the first of his timeouts. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot, and the lead will hold at 13.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. You're trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard in doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Howard on the slant. He's got Davis. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Patterson running between the tackles. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Davis. And he's going to get this down near the 25.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. Here's Howard to throw on 2nd down. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And the Bills are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Patterson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. They've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? And this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. And the Dolphins are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. So a big chance goes by the wayside there. A tough break on third and goal.
Yeah, as a general rule, you know you're usually not going to win games with field goals. But in this case, they had 3 points in their pocket. I get what he was trying to do, but that's a big swing in momentum right there.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line. 2nd and 5 now. Tua. He finds his target. It's Schultz. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Tua going to throw. And that is incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. Now a fair catch is called for and taken a few yards across midfield. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll work this down inside the 30. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Now back to throw. He's got his tight end. It's Albert Okwuegbunam. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Tua. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays,
They run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets them up first and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll run on first down. Logan, call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
And now defensively, you have to look at this like the game's on the line. It's just the third quarter, but another touchdown given up here could really spell an end to their chances. So they need to toughen up and keep them out of the end zone.
Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Off of play action, Tagovailoa to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, but now we also have an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. They'll look to throw here. And Hill with it over the middle. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So they got the turnover started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Howard looking to throw on second down. Another completion right back to Patterson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on the play as they try to chip away at this 16-point deficit.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Patterson, he'll try it up the middle. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. We're off to the fourth quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Howard now on first down. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. To throw on second down. Howard. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And the Bills are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get the ball back as quickly as possible.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. A handoff for Patterson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Howard. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jalen Phillips, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will cut the lead down to 13. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. And you probably talked about this training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. He finds his man, complete. That's Logan. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down.
The key to any screen play is all in the deception, and that means everyone on the offensive side of the ball. But someone gave it up because that one wasn't very well concealed. And the defense able to rally to him and hold him for just a short gain.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fielded just inside the 20. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. The Bills offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Now Howard throwing to start the drive. And he almost had his 2nd pick of the game. Probably should have. And he's frustrated as it falls incomplete. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
To throw is Howard. Throwing on first down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Bradley Chubb able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. And the number one mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see. And the pressure gets to him again. Bradley Chubb dropping him for the second straight play. Might want to think about blocking him here on third down.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Back to throw. Howard. It's Knox, the tight end, making the catch. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 41. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. After the turnover, it's Tua. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be. On 2nd and 10, Tua, he finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. From the gun, it's Tua. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Bills are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone, first down. A good start there on first down. They've got to have this drive.
No doubt about it. Down a couple of scores. They have to find a way to put it in the end zone. Chunk plays, explosive plays. That will be the key to this drive.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it'll be second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
Here's Howard to throw on second down. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play. But in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Howard to throw on third down. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Dolphins are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on fourth down. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Turnover that just got them the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a one-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here, though?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
They run again with Logan. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 71 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Logan, and some room to maneuver. And quickly, we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. On 2nd down, it's Logan, and he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. 2nd and 11. Up the middle they go. Logan. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Down to an Egos Tua, and that should just about do it. The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. I tell you what,